Hi, this is the lesson on our first C# application. Before we create our first application, let's first understand that C# requires that all our application logic be contained inside a type definition. A type definition is basically a term which we use to refer to a class, to an interface, to a structure, or to a delegate. Unlike in many programming languages such as C++, in C# we are not allowed to create global functions or global points of data. Every logic that we write in C# have got to be inside a type definition. To get the ball rolling, let's jump out and create our first application, and we do that by opening the instance of Visual Studio and going to File, New Project. File, New Project. You must note that you can also create your new project from here. There's an option here which is Create New Project, and you can select to create the console application from here. These are recent project templates that we have used. It's console app class library, so you can create, if you know that you are going to create console application, you can select it if it's here, but if it's not here, you can just click the create new project. You'll be presented with the new project dialog box where you can create the type of application that we want to create. So let's just go and click the new project here. Then we are presented with this new project dialog box, and with the console application already selected. If it's not selected, you can go to the installed programming languages and look for C#. Under C#, look for Windows application, and from Windows application you should find the console app with the .NET framework on the list of templates for that application. So if you look here, we have options to write the name of our application, the location where we want to save our application, the solution. This is an option to create a solution. You can choose to add to an existing solution, to create in a new instance of Visual Studio. So here we will just leave it to create new solution, and we have a solution name. By default, the solution name will be the same as the application name. Basically, this one is the name of the namespace which we'll be creating. There are different types of namespaces. There are class library namespaces, which is basically a collection of class types. There are only class types inside those namespaces, and they've got the .dll file extension. Those applications you cannot directly execute them. You cannot directly give to the CLR for execution. What you basically do with those type of application or type of namespaces is to host them. You will have to create a .exe file extension application and then host those class types. So in this case, we are just going to create a .exe namespace which we can give to a CLR for execution. And to make things simple and start doing the job, let's write the name of our application first. Console application, and the location, this is exactly where we want it. You can save your application anywhere you want. You can go and select the directory where you want your application to be. So for me, it's fine there. And you can select the .NET framework version which you are targeting, and you can choose to create directory for the solution, or you can deselect this one. So what is going to happen here, your project files and the solution file are going to be in the same folder. So we want the Visual Studio to create the directory for our solution, and here you create new Git repository. I think it's fine. Deselected this one. This one is for source control management, so you don't need to manage our source control here. We are just beginners. So let's click OK. So what Visual Studio does is to generate the is to automatically create